The housing market shift has hit Raleigh, North Carolina. On today's video, we're going to tell you what's going on and what you need to do about it. So what's happening in the housing market right now? Well, clearly we're going through a shift. Buyers are acting erratic. Homes that were selling in hours or days just a few weeks or months ago are now selling in a week or sometimes even a month or longer. So what's happening in the housing market today? Well, the best way to describe it is the housing market is acting really erratic. Buyers are getting much pickier than they were even just a few months ago. Homes that were selling in hours or days are now selling in weeks or months. And basically, as I say, buyers are getting pickier. Homes that used to be good enough now are just passed over. They must be absolutely perfect for that buyer, for any buyer to make an offer. The ever important days on market, which a lot of buyers are keeping track of, is steadily going up and up for most of the houses out there. And of course, there's the big elephant in the room, interest rates. Interest rates have risen recently, which is dramatically impacting a lot of buyers' ability to buy all across the price spectrum. But there's another reason days on market are increasing, and it's dramatically impacting our housing market locally. There's been a rule change in how our multiple listing service, the MLS, counts days on market. So we've had for a little while now a coming soon homes status. That's basically where you can list your home for sale and market it online, but no one can come into your home and make showings on the home until a specific date. Once that date hits, the home can then flip into an active status, which means people can go visit the home, look it over, check under the tires, all of that sort of a thing. So in the past, the days on market did not start clicking and adding up and accruing until you hit the active status. Now, those days on market start accruing from the minute your agent puts the home on as a coming soon home. So needless to say, my team and I are no longer doing coming soon listings. There's no benefit in doing that. It does nothing but damage the home. And what do I mean by damage the home? Well, again, buyers are very, very conscious about days on market. If an agent puts a home as coming soon 10 days ago, guess what? It now has days on market as 10 showing up on the MLS and therefore on Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, etc. Most buyers are very weary of seeing any homes that have been on the market for over 4 or 5 days. Their automatic thought is, what's wrong with this house? So it is completely within the realm of possibility that someone could have a brand new home that no one has ever stepped foot in that shows 10 days on market, which means likely fewer people are going to be looking at the home to buy, means that any offers that home gets will likely be under asking price or at asking price, which therefore unfortunately means that seller is potentially going to lose thousands of dollars on the sale of their home that they could have made had their agent not made this big giant mistake. So is this shift a good thing? Well, for the market, it is a good thing. It's bringing us closer into being more of a balanced market. But more accurately, it's probably bringing us back to where we were in the 2019 period before the pandemic hit. Meaning, we're still got low inventory, but there's not that frenzy out there that there was just during and just after the pandemic, where everything with a doorknob and a roof was flying off the shelf for thousands and thousands of dollars above asking price. We're getting back to more of that 2019 period where people are methodically buying houses. It's more of a calm thing. It's not that the world is crashing and that there's coming to an end and home prices are going to tumble by 50%. It's not that at all. It's just that the crazy frenzy period is over, or at least taking itself a little break. So what all this means is it's definitely easier for home buyers to buy a house. Homes that are sitting on the market for a little while, maybe they need some cosmetic touch-ups. Those homes are not getting seen by very many buyers at all, which means you may have an opportunity to swoop in and buy that house, do that cosmetic painting or whatever, and get yourself a really good deal. Overall, unfortunately, there still are some homes that look absolutely amazing, and those homes are, I say unfortunately for the buyers out there, because those homes are getting gobbled up quickly, multiple offers, aggressive buyers, lots of showings, that sort of thing. But by and large, the homes that have a few flaws, those are getting picked over and passed over, and it's a great opportunity for you as a buyer to get out there and buy one. And for sellers, all this means that you shouldn't really expect that you're going to get $100,000 over asking price for that abandoned shack in the woods you've been meaning to sell. For the homes, again, that look really, really good, those are getting really good, strong offers. But if your home has some flaws, needs some work done, it's very likely that it could sit on the market for a while and start accruing those days on market. So please know, if you're contemplating selling your home and you're not willing to fix anything up, you may be stuck in this trap of having it sit and linger on the market. And also please know that a lot of the cosmetic touch-ups that will get your home sold can be done for relatively low money. And if you don't have any vendors that you have in your back pocket that can do painting and touch-ups and things like that and minor repairs, give us a shout. Email us hello@mortonbradbury.com. We'll be happy to put you in touch with some folks. So what could happen next? Well, frankly, we don't know. This could be a short-term trend. It could be a long-term thing. We don't know. We do know that it's being impacted by those interest rates we talked about earlier. It's being impacted by the fact that a lot of buyers are just really burnt out. They've made offers on multiple houses in the past few months, and they've kind of just thrown their hands up. Plus, summer means school is out, and therefore families are thinking more about family vacations than they are about buying houses. And obviously, as summer break ends and the kids are going back towards school, that issue should subside and people will become more interested in buying homes again. So it remains to be seen if this is, again, a short-term trend or a long-term trend. Overall, as we've said in many videos in the past, we believe that the days of the stratospheric 20 to 30% price increases year over year are coming to an end, and we are more likely getting back to how things used to be in the Raleigh market. 2, 3, 4% appreciation of homes year over year, slowly but surely the tortoise versus the hare. So should you buy a home now? Well, as we say all the time on this channel, you can't time the market. If you try to do so, you may get lucky and buy at a low point, but very, very likely you're going to end up wasting a lot of money waiting to buy until the perfect time, because the perfect time will never come. So when you're ready to buy a home, you should buy a home. There are more homes for sale now than there have been in quite a while. Plus, builders are bombarding our email box just about every day, letting us know about home inventory that they have sitting around available to be purchased. Just a few months ago, most new homes were sold before they even started construction. Now we're starting to see homes that are 30 days, 60 days, 90 days out available to purchase without any competition or very little competition. And of course, for all of you out there thinking, of course you want me to buy a home, you're a real estate agent. Well, my past clients and current clients will certainly tell you my team and I spend more of our time talking people out of buying a home than we do talking them into buying a home. If the time is right for you to buy a home, you should buy a home. Nobody should pressure you to do so, and you should not settle for a home that doesn't work for you. You're just going to regret it a few months down the road. And if the alternative to buying is renting a home, then you should definitely consider buying a home. Home prices are going up and up and up, and so are rental rates. Know that when you rent, you are paying someone else's mortgage. If the time is right and the finances are right for you to buy a home, now is a great time to buy a home and stop paying someone else's mortgage. If the market continues climbing in price, it is not out of the realm of possibility that Raleigh could be just like some of the larger cities out there, where half the population simply can't afford to buy a house and end up being lifetime renters. What's happening in most of these larger cities is that investors are coming in, gobbling up all of the inventory, making it difficult for people to find a home, and unfortunately also ratcheting the price up higher and higher, which means people have little choice but to rent. So what all this means is, if you have the means to buy a home, now is a really, really good time to do so. Competition is low, days on market are going up and up, and so therefore it makes it much easier to buy a home with less competition. So should you sell your home now? Now is a good time to sell your home if it looks like the model home we talked about in the past. If it doesn't look like a model home and it has some flaws, know that your home may sit on the market a while, so you have to be prepared for that. Most buyers just don't have the time to buy a fixer-upper and work on it. Again, you can make a lot of improvements on the home for just very little bit of money. Give us a call if you need any help with vendors. And with that being said, we hope you've enjoyed. Check this video out if you did. Like and subscribe below, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.